Suspended IS officer Renie Wilfred laga sexual harassment case de proceeding diri hui daga karne Kohima laga tribal women bodies praji Old MLA Hostel Junction de mass public rally lushe. Public rally de bishi women organizations, youth aro student bodies pra hissa lugina itia homoi state te maiki aro bachakan khilaf bishi sexual aro molestation crime hui thaka upor concern raise kurishe aro victims khan nimide juldi insaf dibole mang kurishe. Public rally law bichite tribal women bodies khan lok bhavan de march kurigina jaishe aro Nagaland governor Nan Kishore Yadav ke memorandum submit kurishe. Memorandum de tribal women bodies pra Renie Wilfred laga sexual harassment case proceedings diri hui thaka upor concern dikhai gina insaf julli dibole mangishe aro tinda charter of demands place kurishe. Itu hin hoi gina Dimapur de 14 sal maiki bachage rape kura, Kohima de 40 sal church leader bra minor bachage harass kura, Kifri de law enforcer para 82 sal elderly maiki ekta ke rape kura ro truck driver ekta bra minor bachage rape kura opor mention kurigina sab perpetrators ke kanun hisab juldi exemplary punishment dibole mang kurishe. Public rally law laga details sai sabo.
Father in heaven, our Almighty God, we're gathered before you, Lord, because we're grieved and we're saddened by the condition of our society. We're grieved especially for the women, the children who are abused, silenced, shamed, whose lives are deeply affected, filled with fear as victims of great deeds of evil.
Allow me to recall a few recent incidences in Nagaland. A minor was raped repeatedly in Dimapur by her local guardian and his accomplices. Another minor was harassed by a 40-year-old church leader in Kohima. A grandmother was raped in Kipiri by none other than a law enforcer. Another minor was raped by a truck driver. These are all making headlines in our everyday newspapers. We condemn all these incidences unequivocally with one voice. The perpetrators of these heinous inhuman crimes should be awarded exemplary punishment according to law at the earliest, and in all these cases, legal proceedings should be disposed of expeditiously without fear or favor. These are just very recent incidences and just the tip of the iceberg, because there are so many more cases which go unreported. Many a time, victims and the families are compelled to remain silent or hush up such incidents because of the protracted delays in our justice delivery system. More alarmingly, these inordinate delays embolden perpetrators, creating a culture of impunity and enabling offenders to continue preying on others without fear of accountability. Delayed justice not only amounts to denial of justice for survivors, but also weakens society's faith in the rule of law and encourages further crimes. Our accused, Mr. Renie Wilfred, IAS, was alleged to have been involved in molestation of 2 minor girls during his tenure as Deputy Commissioner of Noklak. A case in this regard has been registered in 2021. And Section 35 of the POSCO Act states that the trial in such cases is mandated to be complete within 1 year from the date the court takes cognizance of the offense, but which regrettably remains pending and unresolved to this day, even after a lapse of 5 years. 5 साल हुइसिदे इतु केस इत्यादि खतम हुआ नै नक्लाक लगा case. This starkly reflects the harsh reality of a justice system where victims are left to languish in pain and uncertainty while justice remains elusive. Yet again, an FIR was filed in 2025 against the same Renie Wilfred for sexually harassing 10 women employees under his authority during his tenure as Joint Secretary in Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland, further compounding the trauma and injustice already inflicted. We are profoundly disturbed that despite the filing of the charge sheet, the trial has remained at a standstill, owing to the delay tactics repeatedly resorted to by the accused. At this juncture, I deem it pertinent to highlight the sequence of events which, in our considered view, demonstrate the manner in which the proceedings have been delayed. In the present case, ito Renie Wilfred laga case to 2025 April 2 tarik de FIR to file kuri siya. After that, after the FIR was filed, charge sheet can be filed kuri lo siya. Ito pichi de tay talaga complaint to FIR to dismiss koribi ko gine file kuri siya. Ulibi ito file koribi ko ne charge file kuri siya. Ulibi talaga application ito to dismiss kuri siya court para first day. Complaint to complaint thakibo ito dismiss na koribo. After that, he filed a writ petition in the High Court, challenging the decision, challenging the FIR complaint to aro tate file kuri siya. High Court to dismiss kuri siya. Ito piche tay ito High Court laga judgment to challenge kuri gine aro review petition appeal jaishe do Supreme Court te. Supreme Court te jaishe talaga petition to dismiss kuri siya. Hulibi ito bitor de case karne time fix koribo. Ekta reason uthai gine case to kitya bhi cholabo na para gine iniga ahishe. Supreme Court tala case dismiss korea piche de itia victims kan ke examine koribole time ahi jaise lower sessions court te inika time de last 9/6/2026 de June 9 de victims kan to court te ready thakise dispose koribole ito time de ami kan laga accused to aru khilibole mon hoigine High Court te aru review petition, criminal review petition koi gine aru file kurise. Ito time de High Court to talaga petition ito admit kuri di gine aru 4 weeks case to delay kuri disho do. Iniga hoi gine ek saal hobole ase ulibi case to itiabi age jabole na pare gine inigai ruki ase.
In 2021, Renie Wilfred, he was then the DC of Noklak. And because of the POXO case that has been explained to you, he has been transferred to IDAN as Joint Secretary and Head of Department. An incident of sexual harassment within the office premises, again I repeat, within the office premises, involving Renie Wilfred was reported last year. After the victim reported this incident, many other girls reported similar incidents of sexual harassment. This being a very, very serious matter, the government initiated investigation and prima facie found it fit to go to trial and also placed Renie Wilfred under suspension. The trial is going on But as told to you by our President Avo, so many obstacles have been thrown in the way of the trial. Meanwhile, most of these girls who have faced sexual harassment have been kicked out of their service. And even not only them, but the people who have been supporting them in the office, they have also been let go. This is the reality. So, without wasting much time, I just want to request the public and the NGOs all over Nagaland to fully support these victims and other victims of sexual harassment in any way they can. I also request the judiciary to fast track the case to its logical conclusion.
The FIR was lodged against Mr. Renie Welfare on ground of sexual molestation in the year 2021, and the case was registered at local police station. Case number 08-2021. But till date, the state government has not taken any action against the accused in connection with the local case. That the case is still pending in the court, and the last sitting was taken up on 27 August 2025. And thereafter, the special public prosecutor in Tuisang was transferred, and the proceeding has not been taken till date, which has lasted for more than 10 months. The Boxer case should be completed within 1 year, but it has almost 5 years. Therefore, we appeal the state government to treat the case with utmost urgent and give justice to the victim at the earliest. Thank you.
Pradesh Kuraladu, aman main focus to Renie welfare IS officer idu lagadibra stand gurina idu sok cover up gurina aman yedi khara kurase kile mane tar look lakte bhi tar rape case hase bukso ek laga ase tar ine hoigina bhi tar ke saza na degina justice na degina kohima de sok manu jama gura jaka de anigina yedebi magi itunde hi nawai tujunde hi nawai 12 chun ge molest kurina sexual harassment kurina darge inia anigina rakha to khushi na pai de kile judgment na de darge kile darge aro judgment na de na tar khushi yade capital de aigina nakala mati de aigina tar z category de VIP category de birawali de ase khushi na ba laga achi do message abnan de hate ani bole tibole mon ase.
NSF has been pursuing this issue for more than a year, and we have been writing to the government, to the Director General Police of Nagaland for more than 5-6 times. Olivi, justice na paile do NSF to amikhan do taige secretary te khushu na deule decision lushide. Tai IS Olivi secretary birode khushu na do or the district officers, because he has been playing tilak like this time and again and fooling our victims. We are waking up only today. It's because the victim doesn't belong to your tribe, my tribe, our sister, our mother. We have seen the tears in those victims. Amiyan khushi na pai de. Kiman munduk bra. They have to go court cases again and again. It needs time, energy, resources, money. Kiman munduk ase. Idu case jadan de. Tange terminate kurishe. To takan duku di support po. Public la support lage de. Renie Wilfred must be in Kohima today. But we should ensure that even if he wins the court case, we should not allow him to serve in Nagaland. Itu sida sri cause de. Apne yan bhi ama buine khan didi khan sab support kur lage de. Yede ami public speech bhashan lecture diula ene. Hulibi Renie Wilfred ke na charo lage. Paisa thaki na influence thaki na government authority thaki na course itu court te man track kurwo. Kiman years huije? Pokso ekla do, underage la do. Ite do ekta makin hoy. To sa upor ase. Ami kan do victim sange interview bi luishi do. Morom lage do. Ami kan aje ekla noigina we should rise again. Even if Guwahati High Court stands in favor of Renie Wilfred.
In our Naga society, in particular, and in humanity in general, sexual harassment against women in professional setting is a pervasive and deeply concerning issue that transcends geographical and cultural boundaries. It creates fear, hostility, and discomfort for women, infringing not only on their fundamental rights, but also hindering gender equality and professional development. Sexual harassment is not just an individual problem. It is a social issue that affects our workplace, school, communities, and home. It violates dignity, creates fears, prevents people from living, learning, and working in a safe environment. No one should have to live in fear, discomfort, or silence because of another person's actions. Sexual harassment is a violation of human dignity, a misuse of power, and an attack on the person's right to feel safe and respected.
We are also very concerned that people holding high offices in the form of an IS officer exploiting his co-workers and children is very questionable. Nagas should rise up. People holding high office should not use their position to exploit co-workers and peoples. Most importantly, I think it is now for us, community leaders, the government, to organize more of such seminars and workshops, also to sensitize office corps, students, and community leaders, members, so that they should also know the rights. Because we understand that normally office corps, since we have a social stigma and repercussions of threats, normally sexual harassment cases are not reported. Therefore, we should also let them know that they have a right to protect themselves. We should also sensitize people so that they know their own rights. Statistically speaking, Nagaland holds one of the safest places in India for women's safety. But contrary to what the report states, I believe that the safety index of a certain area or a town does not come on that. Because sexual predators normally are not strangers. They commit crimes, sexual crimes, in the guise of guardianship or a benefactor. That's why it is also for us to identify those people. Of that, we have been witnessing that as moral values of our Nagas also have been eroding. We should also understand it. Let God help us. As Christians, we hold our women in very high esteem, and of all our men's responsibility, protecting the chastity of our women folks has been our fundamental right and will be. Therefore, that being said, the Guayma Lotha Ho and the whole Lotha community express their solidarity to all the victims and the families who have been going through all this pain. And also, we condemn the oppressors, the predators who have committed this crime. And also, we want to impress upon the state government to open a fast-track court in all the districts so that justice shouldn't be delayed.
You see, regarding the Renie Wilfred case, our previous speakers have said already, no clock te ki hoise, itu ami khan jani hoise. Kiman saal hoise itu justice di bole. Aida ne ki hoise, ami khan sob jani hoise. Kiman saal bole ase itu justice di bole. We want to question whether he has some political influence that is shielding and protecting him to be accused, to face the proper punishment. Itu question kurumona searching. And all those responsible persons who are shielding the wrong will face the public right one day. Acting in the public right kill. The public, they are not coming to the media. But we can see the time bomb is ticking. If manipulations have been continued in the justice system, law and justice, the time bomb is ticking, where the wrath of the public will fall on them, and they'll have to seek and get the responsibility on them. Itu jadi bola biasa.
I shall first read out the memorandum addressed to the Honorable Governor of Nagaland. To Shri Nand Kishore Yadav, the Honorable Governor of Nagaland, Kohima. Subject, submission of memorandum. Honorable Sir, the all tribal women bodies of Kohima most respectfully submit this memorandum, which is self-explanatory. The case of sexual harassment perpetrated by Mr. Renie Wilfred IAS on 10 members of his subordinate employees has been dragging on for too long, and the accused has been indulging in all delay tactics, thereby impeding the justice process. Hence, we, the undersigned, seek your personal intervention in this matter and deliver justice to the people at the earliest. Signed by the convener Relay Organizing Committee, Netono R. Soto, co-convener Relay Organizing Committee, Atangla Yumkyum. In view of the gravity of the allegations, and in the interest of ensuring a fair, impartial, and expeditious trial, we hereby place the following charter of demands. 1. That no further willful delays be permitted in the proceedings, and that the trial be conducted in a fair, impartial, and time-bound manner. 2. That pending the final adjudication of the case, the accused should continue to be kept under suspension and should not be reinstated, posted, or entrusted with any official duties or responsibilities in any department or public office whatsoever. 3. That in the event of his conviction under the relevant provisions of law, and in addition to such exemplary punishment as may be permissible thereunder, the accused should not be allowed to hold work under the government of Nagaland under any capacity and should be permanently barred from holding any public office or position in Nagaland. I shall read out the memorandum that has been jointly signed by the following tribal organizations: President Lota Hoho Kohima, Vice President Watu Telen Kohima, President Kohima Rengma, Joint Secretary Pochuri Women Organization Kohima, President Sumitotimi Hoho Kohima, Vice President Keminigan Kohima, Vice President Sanctum Naru, President Zillion Women Organization Kohima, Assistant GS Tikar Women Union Kohima, President Chakasang Women Society Kohima, Treasurer Konyak NSK, Vice President Kohima Changso Tangjam, President Hom Kohima, Vice President Yumkong Women Organization, and co-convener Relay Organizing Committee. Netono R. Soto, President, Angami Women Organization, and convener Relay Organizing Committee. Thank you.
Really, they can do massive turnout. Thagishe, bishi khushi paishe. Aro, this shows that we are with one voice to support our victims and to fight for justice.
Ma'am, sexual harassment kori na sexual kori ba aro core ti machot core bhitor di regi jai to actually core family machot ti aro idu la do tahan discuss kori ge na tahan la machot ti settle hoi jai to what do you have to say on that?
Actually mutual consent di gene eniga decide hoi jai holi bi asol to ami khan bahar de ahi gene law to ami khan laga defense karne ase law to frame kori gene ase etu karne ami khan law to বিচাৰি কিনে আহিব লাগে বাহাৰতে আহিব লাগে আৰু ইটো এক্সপোজ কৰিবলৈ নহয় হলে বি আমি খান ৰাইট টু বিচাৰিব লাগে সব মানুবি
এতিয়া মাইকি বাচ্চা মৰদি do you have any message?
মেছেজ তো বেছি দিব পাৰি আছে মাইকি মানুহ লগতে নিজৰ সেফটি কাৰণে ইয়া আই নো মাইকি মানুহ এতিয়া বাহাৰতে আহিবলৈ আমি আজি স্পিকাৰছ খান কোৱা নিচিনা বেছি মানুহে বাহাৰতে আহিবলৈ বি we khai our parents also mostly we are scared to send our children outside because anything can happen anytime. We are not safe anymore in Nagaland. Yes. We have lost our patience waiting for the case to be disposed of. So from today we are not going to stop from here, but from today we are going to proceed further and we will try to pressurize those persons who are in authority also, so that the accused in this instant case that he do not play delay tactics anymore, and we want justice be delivered to the victims and the community at large.
How was the meeting with the governor? What assurance did he give?
I'm sorry to say that governor was not in station, but we could meet his commissioner, and he has given a very positive response. He said that he will convey our message to the governor, and the governor will be very, very willing to take up our case. That's what he told us. He assured us.
Apart from the Renie Wilfred case, in the last few weeks we have seen so many sexual harassment, rape cases in our state, which is, I would personally say, was very alien in the, in the past years. So, what do you have to comment on this as a woman leader?
We personally feel that due to the prolonged delays in disposing of the cases, and the conviction rate is very low in our state, and that encourages the perpetrators to commit more crime. That's what we feel.